Welcome, everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice, 1980 Athletics Royals. This is game 3 of a 4-game set, and it's going to be Henderson in left field, Murphy in center, and Armas in right. Then it's Elliott as a DH, Newman at first base, and Heath at catcher. Batting 7th is Mickey Klutz at third base. Mario Guerrero, the shortstop. Batting 8th and batting 9th is Rob Piccolo. It's Brian Kingman for the Athletics. And for the Kansas City Royals, it's going to be the lefty Larry Gura. Gura was 18-10, so he's going to be a force to contend with on the mound today. Both pitchers are A's, and we are right about to start it up. Let's do it. We're going to pull fast action cards only, and we're going to go by inning. So that's a 55. Ricky Henderson lines a base hit to left. He's on with a single, and it's going to give us a chance to steal. Watson is an A arm, just average, so he's not going to get a plus or a minus. And we are going to go on this. Henderson's on at first. He's got a big lead. Gura throws over a couple of times. And here's the pitch, and there goes Henderson. And let's see what it is. We're looking at a 12, and he is a stolen base of the 16, so he steals second base. And now he's going to go for third. And there goes Henderson again, and that's a 3, and that may be an error. So we're going to pull a card. Oh, actually, we used that 3. We used that 3 for the error rating on the catcher, 1 to 5. And we look, and the error rating is a 1. So there's no error there. So it is another stolen base, and just like that, you get Ricky Henderson at third, a single, a stolen base, and a stolen base. And here's Murphy. Infield is in for the Royals. So far, in 2 games that I've played, the teams have split. The Royals won the first one, and the A's won the second game. All right, it's a 61. A 61 is a blank, and on Gura, 61 is a strikeout. So Murphy swings and misses at a Gura curveball. And next is Armas. 15 is going to be a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. So Gura's bearing down here. And here's Randy Elliott. Now I play actual lineups. He had 5 hits and 40 at-bats. He doesn't last very long in the majors this season. But I don't know that right now. I'm expecting him to do, bust out. So let's see what happens. Never know. It's a 1. It's a 36, and a 36 is an out. What kind of an out? A 6, that's a ground that is short, and that is the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, and we go down to the bottom of the first. It's going to be Wilson, Washington, and Brett against Brian Kingman. Hope everybody's doing well out there. And Brian Kingman is 3-3 with a 4.71 ERA. Let's see how he does in this game. Willie Wilson started off. A 1 is a 54. That's going to be a check, a wild check. Strike 3 if catcher range is a G. I don't remember what the catcher is here. The catcher today is Heath, and Heath's range is a B. And if the catcher range is a B, home, wait a second, frames the pitch, ball 4 if the catcher range is a B. Okay, strike 3 if the catcher range is a G as he frames the pitch, ball 4 if the catcher range is a B. And it is, so it's ball 4. So Willie Wilson is on at first. So that's a cool little details that this game easily implements, easily integrates into the flow of the game without really much confusion or or research, or it's just straightforward. Very simple. 54 again, back-to-back 54s. What the heck? Yep. All right, another 54. So this time it's going to be a little different because there's a runner on base. Does 16 fall within the wild pitch? Nope, it does not. So we're gonna pull another card, another roll, if you will. And it's going to be a 51. This is a potential KD check, and we got an 8, so there's no KD there. So we are going to check the 51, and it's a potential error on the second baseman, and an 8. Second baseman is Piccolo, and Piccolo, I believe, has a 2, so that no error there. And we rolled a 51, which is going to be a double play of 4, 6, 3, and they turn it. So the A's turn a double play, and they wipe out that base on balls. There's 2 outs now, and here's George Brett. 32. 32 is a blank, and the 32 is a drive in the gap. 1 to 10, and it's a 7. That's going to be a double for Brett. He slides into second base with a 2-out double. Next is Daryl Porter. He bats from the left side. And that is a 64. A 64 is a blank, and a 64 will be a ground ball to 5. The ground ball to first base. Stepping on the bag is Newman ahead of Porter, and that retires the side. No runs. 1 hit, the double. They lead 1. And we go to the top of the second inning. Lovely little game this fall classic baseball is. I got to start. I just was able to pick up 4 sets of replay baseball at a very nice price. So I got to start playing replay baseball. I think I'm going to do that. Spend a whole week or 2 just playing replay baseball. Here's Jeff Newman. And we're looking at column 2 now, 44, and that is ripped for a base hit. He makes a turn, but stays at first, and here's Mike Heath. Mike Heath is an A hit and run, and we're going to try that hit and run. It's a 45. So we're going to go to the hit and run chart. And let's see what a 45 is. It's going to be a pop-up. Hit and run A, ground out, runner advances. All right, so it's a ground out, runner advances. That works. That's what we want. And now we got Newman at second. And here's Mickey Klutz. That's a 22, and let's see what that becomes. A 1 is a homer, a 2 to 4 is a single, 5 to 8 is a walk, and then an out. So this is like a quadruple split. And we're looking at 2, and a 12 is going to be an out. And it's going to be an out to a fly ball left field. Running holes. Mario Guerrero, here it is. It's a 52. That's a KD check. And an 8 is not going to do it. That's too high. So we're going to check an error on the third baseman. Brett, what kind of, a 1. That's going to be an error. That's going to be an error on the third baseman, Brett. Absolutely. And I believe it was a 1-base error. Yes, it is. So runner goes to third on that. E5. So first and third, 2 outs, and here's Rob Piccolo. And Gura sets and deals. And that's a 16. And a 16. He swings and misses and strikes out to end the inning. No runs. 1 hit, 2 left. And we move to the bottom of the second inning. Brian Kingman on the mound today for the Athletics against Willie Aikens. Here's the pitch. It's a 2. It's a 23. 23 is a strikeout. Swings and misses at a high fastball. 1 down. John Wathan is up next. That's a 35. 35 is a blank, and the 35 is out. Say grounded to the second baseman. That is Piccolo over to first. 2 down. And Quirk. Jamie Quirk batted 276 on 163 at bats. That's a 12. And that is going to be a ground ball second base. And that ends the inning. No runs, no hits. We go to the top of the third. So some innings with this game can be very, very fast. It's 99% chartless. Let me get this in order here so you can see it. All right, here's Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson singled, stole second, stole third. And it's a 62. That's a blank, and a 62 is going to be a ground ball to second base. That is Frank White. Throws out Henderson by half a step. He can really fly down the line. Here's Murphy with an 11. That's a base on balls. Murphy walks. Next is Tony Armas. 54. That's going to be a check here with men on base. A 4. Is it a wild pitch? And no, it's not a wild pitch. Will it be a pass ball? Let's look at Wathan. Wathan pass ball rating is a 1, so we're going to just roll again. Pull another fast action card. All right, Tony Armas, he struck out in the first at bat. That's a 63. That's a blank, and a 63 is some sort of an out. And it's going to be a 20, and that's going to be a line out to the first baseman. If we roll a 2 or a 12, if we pull a 2 or a 12, and we, wait a second, 2 or a 12, and we got it. That's going to be a double play. But a D20 has a 1, but that doesn't matter. It's a 2 or a 12. Let's see what it says. Roll a D20. That's it. He gets a double play. So it lines out to the first baseman. He steps on the bag. So Armas hits into a double play, 3-3, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, the walk, but he was canceled out on the double play, that lineup. All right. So Brian Kingman, he's a right-hander. On the season, Kingman, let's see if I have that information. Kingman is 3-3 with and I mentioned this, 3-3 with a 4.71 ERA, which has gone down a little bit. Let's see if we can keep it down. Here's Frank White. We're still looking at the 3 column of 44 is ripped for a base hit to center field, played on a hop by Murphy. And Frank White is a 15. Going to pull a card. There he goes. And a 17. He is out at second base. And Mike Keith is going to throw him out. Mike Keith is actually a strong arm, so that's a bigger advantage. So it's going to be 2-6. Shortstop's covering because it's a lefty batter. All right. So going to 3, it's a 52. That's going to be a KD check, and it's a 2. It's a strikeout. KD check works in Kingman's favor. And next is Willie Wilson, 56, and a 56 is a K. And that ends the inning. That is the 3rd strikeout of the day for Brian Kingman. No runs, 1 hit, but he was caught stealing. None left. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Scoreless here in Kansas City. Playing Fall Classic baseball. Why not try it out? You can try it out, I believe, for free. I believe it's free to try it out. I believe I did for it. Randy Elliott. Here goes. Top of the 4th. We're at 22, and that's an out. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. One down. Here's Jeff Newman. He singled in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. And that's an 11. That's going to be an out. 13. Same thing. Back-to-back groundouts. Here's Mike Heath. 61. And that's a strikeout. That ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Gura. Coasting. Both pitchers are coasting so far. Probably jinxed it by saying that. Take a quick sip of some lemonade. Here at midnight baseball. No, 1 a.m. baseball, excuse me. The Late Show. When I play at 3, that's the Late Show. Here's UL Washington. What a name, huh? His father must have been working for the electric company. All right, it's a 4, it's a 35. 35 is a blank, and on the pitcher, 35 is a blank. Then you look on the pitcher, it's an out. What kind of an out? It's a 9. That's a fly ball to right. So it's driven in the gap, and after it is Armas, and Armas runs it down. Next up is Brett. Brett is always trouble, and he drives one. And that's going to be a double for Brett, his second double of the game. One hops the wall, played off the carom by Murphy. Brett into second base standing with a 1-out double. Here is Daryl Porter. A 4 is a 31. That's going to be a base hit. Will the run score on this? FA, yes. Around to score as the first run of the game. RBI for Porter. He's on at first. Next is Akins. Here's a pitch. That's another 31. That's a base hit. Runner holds at second. So 3 consecutive hits here against Kingman. And Wathen's up next. And a 4, 55. That's a base hit. And runner on second will score if he's an F or an A. And Porter, I believe, is an F. He will score. Runner on first doesn't say, so he's going to hold. First and second RBI. So that's 4 consecutive hits. And again, a 4 is a 42. 42 is an out. Quirk. What kind of an out? It's going to be an 11. Ooh. Quirk is A. So it's at Wathen is at first. Wathen is A. So S runner. This is a crazy result. This result has been really getting on my nerves. So it's an 11 result. And 11 says grounder, runner on first. Oh, wait a second. No, there's runners on first and second. So let's look at the main boards for first and second. And we got an 11. That's going to be a ground ball. White die. It was a 40-2. So that's a ground ball to the catcher. Runners advanced. If hit the catcher, force a third. Look at that. So catcher's going to pick it up. He fires to third, and he gets the force at third. And that's a second out. So we got first and second now. And here's White. Frank White. All right, here's a pitch. And a 41 is going to be a base on balls. It's going to load the bases. Oh, no. Frank White doesn't walk very much. That's an out. Ooh, lucky I checked. And that, what kind of an out? That's going to be a ground ball to third. And that ends the inning. But the Royals pick up a couple of runs on 4 hits, 4 consecutive hits, a double and 3 singles. Could have been worse. They lead at 2-0. Go to the top of the 5th inning. Let's see if the Athletics can get something going here. That was a tough inning for Kingman. Nothing went his way there until the end to get out of it. He got lucky there. All right, here's Mickey Klutz. And we're looking at the 5th column now. 56 is going to be a strikeout. He swings and misses at a Larry Gura slider. Next is a 36. 36 is a blank, and the 36 is an out. And that is grounded to shortstop, 2 down. Washington throws low, but scooped out by Aikens. And here's Piccolo. 31, that's line base hit for Piccolo. 2-out single, he's on at first. Up is Ricky Henderson. Here's a pitch to Henderson at 24, and that's a potential hit by pitch, and it will not be. It will be a fly ball to left to retire the side. No runs. 1 hit. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-0 2-0 Royals. Clint Turtle is up. And it's still in that's a 54. That's going to be a wild, let's see, ball. Pitcher knocks down the ball. Let's check with his error rating. Kingman's error rating is a 14. Ouch. That's not good. Picks up, fires to first for the out unless he rolls versus the error rating. Let's see. And it's going to be in the 5th inning. It's going to be a 6. So it's going to be a 2-base error. And that allows Hurdle to get to second base. So both teams have an error now. That error is charged to Kingman, throws over Newman's head. And here's Willie Wilson. He's going to bunt. And he's a 4 bunter, and we roll a 35. And this could be a potential double play, and it will not be. Let me see on that bunt. There it is. Let me see on that bunt. Yeah, 211 or 12 would be a double play. So it's a pop-up. And it was a pop-up to the third baseman, charging. All right. So next is UL Washington. Here's a pitch, and that's a 5. Is a 64. That's a blank, and that is an out, some kind of an out. And it's a 1. So it's a hit back to the pitcher with a run on second base. If the pitcher has a weak arm, he has an average arm, so he's going to hold. Still at second. And now here comes George Brett. I mean, do I walk him? He batted 390. Do I walk him to face Porter? Porter batted 249. Intentional walk to Brett. Puts runners on first and second. And here's Porter. We're looking at a 5, and it's 61. That's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. So that worked out. That strategy worked for the Athletics, the Billy Ball Athletics. And that was no runs, no hits, a couple of left in that inning. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. Murphy leading off. Murphy today is struck out and walked. And we're looking at a 6 as a 14. A 14 is an out. And that's an 11 on a 4 is a ground ball to second base. 1 away. Next is Armas with a 35. A 35 is a blank, and a 35 again is an out. And it's a ball that's hit back to the pitcher, and Larry Gura throws out Armas, 2 away. Next up is Elliott, cleanup hitter. He's 0 for 2. That's a 44, and that is it just missed being a hit. Oh, wait, we are in the 6th inning. It's a 12. Missed being a hit. It's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0 Royals. There is some action. Jones is up in the bullpen. All right. Aikens is 1 for 2. He singled and was out on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning, so he's 1 for 2 on the day. Left-handed hitter. We're looking at column 6, and column 6 is a 64. That's a blank, and that's going to be an out. A fly to center field. Over is Murphy under it and squeezes it for out number 1. Next is a 12, and that is going to be a base on ball. So Wathan walks. On the 12. Oh, wait a second. We're in the 6th inning. Yeah, it's a 12. So he walks. So there's a runner on first. And next up is Quirk. Jamie Quirk. Let's see what happens. Here's a pitch. We're looking at a 6th inning, and a 6 is a 21. A 21 is strike 3. Gets him swinging, 2 outs. And here's Frank White. Frank White with a 62, and that's going to be a blank and a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. To end the inning, we go to the top of the 7th. That is strikeout number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Brian Kingman. All right, so Gura is going to be facing Newman, Heath, and Klutz here in the top of the 7th inning. The Royals are up 2-0. They scored both runs in the 4th on a double, single, and a single. Well, actually, a double, a single, and a single. RBI for Porter and an RBI for Wathan. All right, here's a pitch from Gura. Gura can go 36, so he can go a whole game. We're in the 7 now. That's a 63. That's a blank. So we go to the pitcher. That's going to be some sort of an out, and it's going to be a fly to left. And that's in the gap, and running it down is Quirk. Here's Heath, and a 64 is a blank, and a 64 is an out. And that's bounced to the first baseman. No, a 3 is going to be bounce to the third baseman because he's a righty. 2 out. Brett throws him out easily, and here's Klutz. 61, that's a blank, and that's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down. He's retired 7 in a row so far. My dog heard I was in here. He can hear me talk, no matter how quiet I am. And he starts coming to the scratching at the door. See if he can settle down. I have to let him in, but then he starts biting stuff, biting my cards and my games. All right. Clint, I'm going to have to open the door. All right, Brian Kingman versus Clint Hurdle in the bottom of the 7th. We've got Lacey and Jones warming up in the bullpen. See what happens. We're looking at 7, and that's a 54. We're going to check for an error to the right fielder. Going to pull a card, and as long as we don't roll a very low number, and in the bottom of the 7th, that's going to be an error on the right fielder. A 2, we pulled a 2, and Armas out there is an 8. So it's going to be the exotic chart. Fly out. That's probably going to be a 2-base error. The exotic chart. Let's find that. Okay, so let's pull a number here. A D20. And we'll look on the exotic chart for outfielders. We're in the 7th. It's going to be a 20. So that is going to say that double plus an error. Batter safe at third. Runner advances. Okay, so it's a double and an E9 to make it to all the way to third base. So it's a double, and then it's an E9. The second error for the A's today. So it's a drive down the line into the right field corner, and Armas bobbles it, and Hurdle, who stopped that second, is going to go for third, and he is safe. So I'm going to bring the infield in here, and not only are we going to bring the infield in, we're going to bring in a new pitcher as well. because there's just no way he's getting out of this. We're going to bring Bob Lacey in here. See what Lacey can do. All right, let's do it. Here's Willie Wilson and field in. That's a 7 is a 42. We didn't check what Lacey was. So let's use that number. It's a 4, so he's going to be an A pitcher. So Lacey's an A. Now we got to pull another card. Again, we're looking at a 7. A 7 is a 43. 43 is a blank. 43A is an out. It's going to be what kind of an out? Let's find out. It's a 3. And that's a switch hitter batting from the right side. So infield in, they're going to hold. So it's a ground ball to third. Runner holds. And next up is UL Washington. Infield is still in. And here goes. We're looking for column 7, which is an 11. That's going to be potentially a base on balls. Let's see what we pull. It's a 12, and that is going to be a strikeout. Big strikeout for Lacey. 2 outs now. And again, we're going to intentionally walk Brett. Second time. So we intentionally walked Brett there. And here's Porter. Here's a pitch. We're looking at a 7 and a 7. Oh, that's trouble. That's going to be a 33, but no. A 33. 1 to 4 is a hit. Otherwise, it's going to be a walk. And we get a 16, so that's a base on balls. That loads the bases. Loads the bases for Willie Mays Aikens in the bottom of the 7th inning. See if Bob Lacey can get out of this jam. He looks in for the sign. He sets. He deals. And a 7 is a 12, and that is going to be a fly ball. Shallow center. Racing in is Murphy, and Murphy makes a sliding catch to end the inning. And that's going to be no runs. 1 hit. And the bases are left loaded. We go to the top of the 8th inning. 2-0. Royals. Now, Royals have a heck of a team. So the fact that the A's have won a game already, they've split the series so far. This is the 3rd game of the series. This is game 3. And it's going to be in the top of the 8th. We're going to see a pinch hitter. It's going to be McKay. Who else did they use in this one as a pinch hitter? I think they use Davis and McKay. Let me see Davis. Davis is going to come in. He's a lefty, so he's not going to hit. McKay will hit, though. McKay will hit. Let's see what happens. Mario Guerrero. Here's a pitch from Gura. We're looking at an 8 now. An 8 is a 14. And that is a ground ball to the third baseman. Brett throws out Guerrero, one away. And here comes Dave McKay, and then he'll play second base. Pinch hit. And then he'll stay in to play second base. And here's the pitch to McKay. An 8 is a 66, and that's going to be a drive in the gap. 1 hop the wall around first and into second base is McKay with a pinch hit double. So the tying run is at the plate now. Here's Henderson. Here's a pitch to Henderson. That's a 46. That's a ballpark. No ballpark home run, though, unfortunately. But it's going to be an 8, and that is a foul ball. So we pull another card. 63. And it's going to be an out of some kind, a fly ball to left field. 2 down. And here is Murphy. Pitch to Murphy. That's a 43. 43 is a blank. 43 is going to be an out. And that is a pop-up to the first baseman to retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Going to bring in a new pitcher. It's going to be Jones. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Jeff Jones. Going to face John Watson, Quirk, and White. Here's a pitch. It's a 62. That's a blank. We didn't roll for Jones. We have to do that. And Jones, an 18, is going to be a C pitcher. So we're going to pull a, say, 21, and that's an out. Kind of an out. It's a ground ball to the first baseman. 1 away. 2-0, bottom of the 8th inning. A's versus Royals. Here's a pitch. That's a 66. And against a righty, Jamie Quirk drives one deep to right field. Back goes Armas to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. That's a split home run there. Solo shot puts the Royals up 3-0. Here's Frank White. He's 1 for 3 on the day. An 8 is a 65, and that's a Frank White -4. Jones is going to be a 2. He needs a 2 for a home run here, and it's going to be a 5, so it's a fly ball. Center field. 2 down, and here's Clint Hurdle. And that's a 36. 36 is a blank, and a 36 is an out. It's a ground ball to short. Up with it is Guerrero, and he throws out Hurdle to end the inning. All right, so last legs for the Athletics. It's going to be Armas, Elliott, and Newman. Gura's trying for the complete game, shutout. He's allowed 4 hits so far. That's a 63 and a blank, and a 63 is some sort of an out. It's going to be a fly to right. Right there is Hurdle, and here's Randy Elliott. An 11, that's a strikeout. Swing and a miss. 1 out away from a complete game, 4-hit shutout for Larry Gura. Here's Jeff Newman. Newman is 1 for 3 today. That's a 46. That's going to be ballpark. And a ballpark 1. Ballpark 1 is a deep drive, and that ball is out of here. So Newman connects. It's a solo shot, and it's 3-1. And next is Mike Heath. There goes the shutout. That's a 24. 24 is an out. 24 is a ground ball to third. Up with it is Brett. Throws him out. Ball game over. The Royals win it by a score of 3-1. It was 1 run on 1 hit, the home run. So Gura pitches a 5-hit, almost a shutout. A 5-hitter, allows 1 run. Gets the victory. The loss is going to go to Kingman. He's going to be 3-4 now. He didn't pitch too badly. Gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. And the Athletics fall to 19-18, while the Kansas City Royals improve their record to 24-12. This series, we have one game left in this series. This series was the actual result of it was the Royals won 3 games and out of the 4. So it was a good game. It was a close game. The A's just couldn't get anything going. And I'm going to set up for the final game of the series. Going to play it tomorrow. It's late now. And I'm not going to do anything more right now. But I will play this series out, see what happens. Hopefully the A's can come back and they can split with a victory tomorrow. Let me see who we have going tomorrow. Let me quickly take a look. It's going to be Matt Keogh, who's 6-2, against R. Martin. I don't know who R. Martin is. Let's see who that is. The great thing about this game is you get all the players. The cards are very nice, very easy to read. Rennie Martin, that's who it is. So Rennie Martin will be pitching. He was 10 and 10, 137 innings pitched, 1.48 WHIP. So he will be pitching tomorrow, and it will be Matt Keogh for the Athletics. There's Matt Keogh. He will be ready for tomorrow. So this is Tony Porter. This is Cards and Dice TV. Hope you enjoyed our presentation of Fall Classic Baseball, and I hope I helped you learn how to play the game. Take care.